Stream.
Live streaming is on.
Okay, I guess we're live.
It worked.
I mean, it says that we'd have to go check the channel at the same time to be sure.
I can check it. Oh, I gotta change my account.
Yeah, it has a live now.
Sweet. Okay, great. That's way easier.
Yeah. Okay, we're fine. So status, I guess.
Are we waiting for anyone else?
Paul, maybe? I don't know. He's been doing stuff late last night, so I don't know if his hours are shifted, and he may have accidentally forgot about the meeting and fallen asleep.
I was chatting with him around 8 p.m. last night, and I know he was working on stuff.
Yeah.
Not that that's super late, but I presume he kept going. Let's give him like another 2 minutes. I'll ping. He's not online. I'll ping him though.
Yeah.
Of course. And
which is weird because he specifically wanted to talk about the closure thing today. So.
Stand up. Sorry, what thing did you want to talk about?
Oh, changing the closures, how they work.
Let's just make it an even 10:20. Give him another minute. Sorry for everyone that's streaming. This must be boring. We have zero.
I mean,
streamers.
the beginning of our streams is usually like this. We're usually not talking about Lumen stuff. It's fine.
Yeah.
I guess I can go over what me and Paul did together, even though part of it would be Paul's status. Paul merged in his changes to up LLVM, and then I helped him get the CI stuff using all of it.
Mm-hmm.
It does mean that the constant changes are in, so more things can be constants, but I haven't ran tests for them yet. There's a couple weird edge cases, like a non-empty list thought there were at the LLVM layer thought there was an index error. So
okay.
I haven't reported that to Paul yet because I just figured it out. And then nested tuples, for some reason, the test just ends. I don't know if it's seg faulting and not showing me, but that's weird. And there was a float encoding bug where it's still a float, but the value's wrong. And one of it was just we forgot to do the offset in one place.
Okay.
And Paul fixed it, but 0.1 still comes back as 0.068. So there's some constant somewhere that between the LLVM part and the Rust part, which unfortunately you can't share code. We just have to duplicate it because one's C++ and one's Rust, where it's still off for some reason.
Sounds like someone joined. Is that Paul?
No, it's Brian.
Oh, it's Brian. Okay. I guess we can officially start then. Seems like Paul is, if he joins, he joins. All right. So, and Luke, I know you went into a little bit of your status, so let's just keep rolling with that.
Yeah. So I think that's most of it. But yeah, everyone needs to update their LLVM because the new version of LLVM, it's not a change we made, but a change we got from upstream where table gen, which is the thing we use to like not have to write so much C++ code, like it's a thing in LLVM, but that changed to being part of it is now a library. So if you get a thing where like can't link to MLIR table gen, that's why you're using too young of a version of LLVM. Or too old, I should say. Yeah, like it. So there is a new release for anyone watching this in the community of it. I don't. Oh, we updated the. I don't think we updated the README to point to the new version, so I'll have to do that.
Okay. All right, Hans.
Sorry. Hey, I had a couple of days last week where I had took some time off, but today I pushed the location parsing and handling and comparison code that the tests for actually like preserving propagations through the passes and stuff are based on. So that's done, and also the dynamic operation, instead of basing that on sort of an AST, the sort of syntax it can take, it now takes a list of tokens, so that's been parsed itself and have more custom syntax. So all that's been pushed up today, and then I'm gonna try to get the rest of my local changes for the actual location propagation up as well.
Okay, but that'll be up on EIR master, not on the Lumen branch, right? So we have to then merge it into the Lumen branch too?
Yeah, once I'm done, I can try to get that merged together. I know there's some duplicated changes, but mostly the commits are the same, just different order, if that makes sense, yeah. Yeah, it shouldn't be that much work. Mostly the same code from both of them.
Yeah, and then the test we'll have to do in Lumen is can we turn optimizations back on and all of a sudden it works? Because then we'll,
yeah.
I mean, it could still not work for a different bug, but it will at least know we fixed it doesn't work because there's not location information bug.
Yeah, so yeah, that's what we're going to push for, getting optimizations turned back on in Lumen, hopefully. Let's hope it works once we have locations.
Cool. All right, Brian, do you have any updates to share?
No, I don't have any updates.
Okay, I don't have any updates either. Do we want to take a moment to discuss ElixirConf? Luke, have you received any response yet?
Yeah, it's been accepted, and I confirmed back to Jim that we're going to do it.
Okay.
So yes, it's happening.
Great.
I haven't had time to look at the Sasha Yerk's talk that Lars put up to see like what do we need to still do to be able to replicate his talk or replicate his talking points at least. So I probably should do that to see if there's something missing. I mean, mostly the goal between me and Paul right now is that we get like everything is there to do Erlang. I don't know if we'll have time in the month we have to like, oh, we can compile OTP except for the parts that like depend on Beam internals, even though it's not obvious. So mostly for now, I'm going to be testing the compiler by converting as many of the OTP Rust tests to just be straight Erlang to show that like all these variations can work. I'm hoping to eventually get up to the point where even if we're not using common tests, I can start to do the equivalent of what proper does, where like we start to generate random inputs and see that it so doesn't fall over in case there's weird edge cases like with the floats or big int support, since it's going through many layers of like, you know, the parser understanding the float correctly and or the big int, and then it has to pass through LLVM, and then it has to pass through Rust, and like the Rust and the LLVM side have to agree. So there could be weird cases for that.
What's the status on having common test working?
Oh, I haven't even attempted it. Like right now, all my tests with Erlang are even single file. They're not even multi-file. That would be the first thing, is that I would start to build up a corpus of the equivalent of like the proper, type generators, and then like, can I do it? Like, can I say I want an atom here and it just generates a random atom? The big thing, of course, would be is like right now we don't have RAND. So either OTP RAND needs to be completely compilable from source, or we need to write some more BIFs to at least give this stuff to be able to seed like and talk to the whatever library we use to generate random data, if it's a Rust one or an OpenSSL one.
Okay. All right. Cool. So I guess we'll call it there. I'll just give one last check to see if Paul's on. Nope. All right. Thank you, everybody. Bye.
Right.
Bye-bye.